Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a part of English that seems super simple but can get tricky really fast. Plural nouns. Yeah, I know, you just add an S, right? Well, most of the time. But it's those exceptions that always trip us up. So in this quick explainer, we're going to break down all the rules so you'll know exactly what to do every single time.
So let's jump right in with a perfect example. We all know one cat, two cats. That's automatic. But what about one bus, two buses? Why does bus get that extra ES? It might seem totally random, but I promise you it's not. There's a logic to it, and that's exactly what we're here to unpack, the why behind all these little rules.
Okay, before we get into the plural stuff, we gotta start with the absolute foundation. Let's do a super quick refresh on what a noun actually is.
To put it simply, a noun is just a naming word. It's a person, like a teacher. It's a place, like a school. It's a thing, like a book. It can even be a big idea, like happiness. Basically, if you can put a name on it, you're looking at a noun.
And this brings us to the core concept of this whole thing. Every single rule we're about to talk about, it's all just about showing one simple change, going from singular, which just means one, to plural, which means more than one. It's the difference between having one apple and having a whole basket of apples. That's it.
All right, let's get to the main event. This is the first, the biggest, and the most common tool in your toolkit. We're talking about the golden rule, just adding an S.
And here it is. For the vast majority of nouns in English, all you have to do is stick an S on the end. This is your go-to, your default setting. Honestly, when in doubt, this is probably going to be the right answer.
And you see this literally everywhere. One car becomes cars. One teacher becomes teachers. One apple becomes apples. See? It's that easy. This one rule will work for most of the nouns you will ever use in your life. Okay, now that we've got the golden rule locked down, let's explore where things get a little more interesting. These are the spelling change rules, and they all exist for pretty much one big reason: to make the plural words easier to actually say out loud. Yeah, it all comes down to this sound. Just try for a second to say boxes or buses. It's awkward, right? It kind of gets stuck in your mouth. That's exactly why we add that extra syllable with ES for words that end in these hissing or buzzing sounds. That little E makes all the difference. Let's look at it in action. Bus becomes buses, watch becomes watches, box becomes boxes, and potato becomes potatoes. Hear that little extra beat? Buses, watches. That extra syllable just helps the word roll off your tongue. That's the whole point.
Now, let's talk about one of the trickiest endings, the letter Y. The rule here is all about the letter that comes right before the Y. If it's a consonant, like B, C, D, T, you do one thing. But if it's a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, you do something completely different. That one little letter changes everything.
So first up, if there's a consonant right before that Y, like the B in baby or the T in city, you're going to drop that Y completely and add IES. So one baby becomes two babies. One city becomes a bunch of cities.
But if there's a vowel right before the Y, like the O in boy or toy, it's way simpler. Here, you just go right back to the golden rule. No changing letters, no dropping anything, just add an S. So one boy becomes two boys. Easy.
Okay, here's our last spelling change rule. This one is for words that end with that F or FE sound. And again, this is all about making the words sound a little smoother. For a lot of these nouns, we swap that sharp F sound for a softer V sound by changing the end to Vs. You can really hear the difference on this one. That sharp F sound in leaf, knife, or wife, it just softens into a V sound. Leaves, knives, wives. It's a subtle shift, but it just flows a little better when you say it. So we've covered the rules. Now, it's time to meet the rebels, the rule breakers. These are the unpredictable, irregular plurals. They kind of have their own weird logic, and there's no formula for them. You just have to know them. So look at these. You're not going to see an S or ES anywhere. Man becomes men, child becomes children, foot becomes feet. What's cool about these is they're basically fossils from older versions of English, which is why they don't follow our modern rules at all. The only way to learn them is just to memorize them.
And just when you think you've seen it all, there's one last group of weirdos. The nouns and don't change one bit. Their singular form and their plural form are exactly the same.
Think about it. We say one sheep, and we also say 10 sheep, one deer, or a whole herd of deer, one fish, or a school of fish.
The word itself stays the same, so you have to rely on the rest of the sentence, the context, to figure out if we're talking about one or many.
Okay, wow, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's pull all of this together into one final ultimate cheat sheet to make it all stick.
So here it is, the whole system in one spot. Your default move is to just add S. Then you've got those spelling changes that are all about making the word sound right, adding ES or changing the ending to IES or VES. And finally, you've got the irregulars, the ones that change completely. That's pretty much the whole shebang.
So, after all these rules and all these exceptions, what's the one big idea to walk away with? It's really this simple. Every single rule is just a tool to show the difference between one and more than one. That's all we're doing. Mastering these rules just means you're getting better at showing that difference clearly.
And that is our complete guide to plural nouns. Before you go, here's something to think about. Which of these rules do you personally find the trickiest? Is it that Y-ending rule, or maybe those totally strange irregulars like mice and children? Hope this helped, and thanks for watching.